who really wants to be on this team? Does Debo want to be on this team? It doesn't really seem like it. If he's heavily involved, he'll be here. I think it's time to sit him down. Hey, Debo, we gave you a lot of opportunities this year. It's just not happening. You're not going to be here next year. So enough. You don't want to get hurt anyway. You don't want to have some type of surgery this offseason, and you're done. They got to do that. They have to get rid of all the players who aren't really sold out to be with the 49ers. They got to figure out who those players are. It sounds like Bosa wants to be here. He's not 100% healthy. He's going to play out the rest of the season. Sounds like he wants to be here. Sounds like Greenlaw wants to be here. Hufanga wants to be here. Warner wants to be here. But they have to get rid of like all the guys who were just here for a year to get a paycheck or a run at the Super Bowl. Like, those days are over. It's going to be some lean years, and the Niners need to get people that are going to like be here for the long haul. Young guys. Yeah. That's all I would start over. But it's scary, right? Like, Kyle's not the guy. You could give him another chance next year, but you're just going to learn what you already know. He's not the guy. Brock's not the guy. So the two most important spots in your organization where you thought you were solid, you're not. You need to start over. You need to start over. This team is done. You got some good, like, periphery pieces. You got a nice nickel. Got some really good DBs. Juwan Jennings, a good number 2. George Kittle's a Hall of Famer who's still got some years left, but like, you got to start over. You need a brand new offensive line. You need a brand new defensive line. You need a new quarterback. You need a new running back. You need to get rid of Debo, and you might need to get rid of Brandon Ayuk in a year or two too. Yes, start over. And it seems scary because they were just in the Super Bowl, and it seems like, well, if you keep Kyle around, at least you'll be in the mix. No, you won't be. It's over. They're not going to be in the mix next year. They're going to lose close games. Why is next year going to be better than last year? Because Christian's going to save him? Because Christian's going to be healthy? No, he won't. Christian's going to be 29. He's an old running back. If they keep Kyle next year, they'll keep Debo and Juszczyk too. They might get a new defensive coordinator. They have a first-round pick. They'll blow that. Let's be real clear. They'll blow that. They'll take the wrong guy. They'll win 9 or 10 games next year, at best. So, I don't know. I think you'd be better off moving on. And what's scary about it is you might hire the wrong guy. The next guy might be worse than Kyle. But then you know what? Fire that guy and move on, man. If Kyle's not the right guy, you got to move. You got to fire him. You got to trade him. And I don't see how you could watch this game, these 6 points, and feel like, nah, man, just give him one more year. He's got this. I think this game showed it's not about a few injuries or a few tragedies or some bad luck. Like, nah, man, there is something very broken with the culture of this team. It seems like a team that has tuned out the voice of their head coach. And they're squabbling amongst themselves. Blame Devondre Campbell as much as you want. What he did was unprofessional, but I can't think of something that reflects more poorly on a head coach than a player quitting on him mid-game. What a slap in the face. Andrew says, why didn't you respond to the stats comment? I'm trying to watch your show for real. He needs to chill. You're just being honest. Also, screw Campbell. What do you want me to say, man? I told you what happened. He doesn't want us to stream with me anymore. Maybe he'll change his mind. I doubt it, though. That's his choice. Life goes on. You know what I mean? Steven Draper says, I'd rock that GC jersey next game to troll Kyle. Hilarious. Julian Cortez says, I just got soaked for that BS. Jorgen 1990 says, big up, Grant. I'm glad I swerved this L and went to get my W against Shy on Sunday. Sack Campbell tonight. Please send a shout out to Niners Panama. Hashtag bum Kyle. Shout out Niners Panama. Sachin Bhandari says, About to order a custom Cohn 69 jersey, hashtag play Grant. James Bopp says, second drive, why hand off to Debo on 3rd and 6? That was arguably the worst call of the game. That was so bad. 3rd and 6, hand off to Debo for 2 yards. God. You can really get Kyle Shanahan to do things that are not in the interest of the team just by telling him to do them. Like, if you tell him to do something publicly, there's a high percentage chance he's going to not do it. He's more interested in proving people wrong than just doing the right thing. That's a problem. Crispy One says, Kyle going to draft Ashton Genty and not use him, LOL. They might need to draft that guy. George Larmy says, if he cannot choose the right quarterback, why? SoCal Ram 88 says, Grant, start reporting for the Rams, keeping it real. I have more fun covering the 49ers, sorry. Colin Anthony says, the bad culture is a shame because some of the guys leave it all on the field for this team. It's true. Warner and Kittle playing hurt. Dre back from grueling rehab. Ricky shot. Ward losing a child, etc. Yeah, it seemed like there was a team here. And Kyle Shanahan just never found it. I think there was a team here this season. It just never came together. It's too bad. Official BNA Music 88 says Campbell is going to be used as a distraction from the people in leadership being mid all year, waiting for those Lombardi tweets of mental gymnastics. It was funny. He was really dumping on Stafford early in the game. Like, oh, he's terrible. Like, what do you got to say about Brock? Because we knew that Stafford was going to get better and finish strong. We knew that. It's Stafford. We've seen him do it a million times. It's not what Brock did. Papa Phil says, I want to hear Campbell's side. Yeah. Have you ever heard Campbell? Be interesting. Papa Phil says, I got you. Luis Madera says, Campbell looks slow walking in the locker room. I don't know. Okay. James Bopp says, would BP be better with a good O-line? Lombardi worst. Yeah, everyone would be better with a good O-line. But he can't throw deep. He got the best O-line in the league. He's not going to be able to throw deep. 6-minute abs. Says it's clear that Purdy is not an elite quarterback. Milroe from Bama runs a pro set, has no wide receivers, tight end, and running backs being drafted. He carries Bama 262, not cutting it. Milroe in Seattle equals problems. Jay donates $5. Thank you, Jay. That's all I got. I think it's so interesting that we're at week 15 and the season essentially just fell apart. And I think coming into this game, a lot of us who have watched every snap of this team really believed they were going to pull it together. Sure, they've been a mess all year, but they beat the Bears, and Greenlaw's coming back, and they found an identity. They got a new identity, and Kyle quickly has suddenly lost his ego and is willing to take suggestions. This is a team that's going to go on a run. I even partly thought that. And then the game happens. It's like, oh, no, they're going to do what they've been doing all year. They'll get out to an early lead. And then they'll give it up. And they'll give the ball to Debo too much. And they'll get away from the run game for no reason at all. Didn't know that one of their players was going to quit. That was new. But everything else about the season. But it's like Devondre Campbell quitting is kind of like in the same genre as Debo Samuel punching Tabor Pepper or Nick Bosa making a political statement. It's like just another indication that this wasn't 53 guys all about football. That there were competing agendas all season. It's too bad. And now they're done. They lose to the Rams, who aren't even that good, simply because the Rams were a team. They played complimentary football. They ran the ball a lot. They had like a 17-play drive at one point. Would the Niners ever do that? They gave their defense a break. They wore out the Niners defense. All of a sudden, the Niners linebacker started getting hurt. Like, I don't think Sean McVay's that good, but he's way better than Kyle. And I think what we're seeing with Kyle is that whatever issues he has, they're getting worse. He's not addressing them. So bring him back if you like and do an experiment. See if next year's any better. And when it's not, when it's the same problems, maybe you finally rip off the Band-Aid and try to find another coach. Don't call Jim Tomsula. Don't promote a position coach. Have some pride. You're the guys that found Kyle Shanahan. Go find the next one, but better. I'm still curious what they're going to do to get Niner fans excited about this offseason, because I think the whole team kind of just self-destructed in front of everyone on national television. And there's nothing, you can't unsee that. I don't know. Aaron Thornhill, stream with Lombardi. He doesn't want to. People don't want to stream with me anymore. Why hand it off at all in that situation? And then just to pass the ball continuously in the second half. Defense let up 12. Purdy had no chance. Fire Nick right now.